Good morning. Hindu newspaper analysis, 4th November 2022. Golden mushroom combo to ease drug delivery. This article explains you new research on faster drug delivery by using lab-grown mushroom. Interestingly, this mushrooms is available in eastern Himalayan belt. Cordy gold nanoparticle, which was developed from the Cordyceps militaris, a mushroom variety, a fungus, and this will be used for faster delivery. For UPSC Prelims point of view, the name of the mushroom is important. Next, in the lead article, it talks about Vanuatu's big plea does little to arrest climate change. In this article, author explains about upcoming COP27 summit in Sharm el-Sheikh of Egypt conducted by United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. It is well known that United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change conducts annual meetings in different parts of the country. Last year in Glasgow, India announced its Panchamrit strategy with 5 principles having a goal to reach zero emissions by 2070. Further, author explains the request of Vanuatu, a small island country, requesting about phase out of complete fossil fuels, and it want to bring non-proliferation treaty in controlling exports and imports of fossil fuels. Unfortunately, this may not be accepted by all the countries. Even last year, when they brought the idea of ending coal use, developing countries, particularly India, raised voice against that proposal. Because you all know very well that coal is one of the cheapest and accessible energy resource for all the countries. Particularly, developing countries depends on coal a lot for all their infrastructure and energy needs. Countries like India have high demographic dividend. So the aspirations of the youth population, industries, business, construction activities, and so on and so forth is easily accessible and achievable by using of coal. In addition to that, these developing countries are heavily dependent on coal because they are not able to invest more on the renewables. If you see the developed countries, they can access the costly research and they can also get the technology for the renewable energy development. On that note, other side that this request may not be succeeded in getting the acceptance. Further, they also stated that apart from request, even United Nations also unable to get the legal mandate over the reduction of fossil fuels uses. Further, author explains it is not only about uses of fossil fuels, even the methods of using is also different. He said, lavish and irresponsible use is also creating loss of energy. It is well noted that International Energy Agency in its World Energy Outlook mentioned that around 20 to 30% of energy is wasted because of reckless behavior or attitude. Last year, United Nations Secretary Antonio Guterres and Prime Minister Modi in Gujarat launched a life strategy, lifestyle for environment, to promote eco-friendly behavior in energy consumption. Other finally said that it is climate resilient infrastructure is need of the hour in developing countries. It should be noted that last year in Glasgow Summit, India launched Infrastructure for Resilient Island States, IRIS, under its famous program CDRI, that is Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure. Next article talks about China's 20th Party Congress, the road ahead. This article explains about the rise of Xi Jinping and implications. For those who are preparing for international relations, they can read because this kind of implications may not be asked. However, the goals of the Xi Jinping is quite important for understanding geopolitical dimensions. The goal is by 2039 he should develop Chinese socialist model throughout the country, and he should raise the income of the people, modernize the defense forces. And by 2049, he want to replace the China as the global power, and he want to make China as the superpower in the world. He got acceptance from the CPC. So in IR students, particularly those who are preparing for optional, can read more about the article. Next, RESAT 2. It is radar imaging satellite, which is used to get the all-weather surveillance services. This satellite, which was launched in 2019, made a re-entry in the atmosphere. So this re-entry is mostly due to lack of fuel, and it's reached to the Indonesian region, Jakarta region, and you just read the article, not very much important to focus. Next article talks about going beyond Amur falcons, Nagaland to celebrate avian diversity undertakes census. Now Nagaland is going to take a census on its birds population. One, we have to remember that Amur falcons is very significant and important even prelims point of view also. It is world longest traveling raptor. It is considered to be traveling 22,000 kilometers. The name Amur given to this bird because it is mostly found in the border of the Russia and China. There is a river called as Amur. And in India, Doyang Lake is considered to be a hotspot or major attraction for these birds. Nagaland is considered to be falcon capital in the world because most of the falcons will reach here. A village Panti is very famous, and it will also conduct a major tourist events also to see these Amur falcons. Last year, Nukalu Pom, an environmentalist in Nagaland, got a green Oscar because he tried a lot to conserve the habitat of this bird. Next article talks about Supreme Court for single platform for live streaming all the courts. You know very well that in the year 2018, Supreme Court of India started live streaming proposal. In 2022, E-Committee, which was headed by Justice Chandrachud, and in fact, he is one of the pioneer in promoting e-courts. And then we have the process of e-courts. So what is the major advantages of these e-courts? It will increase faith on judiciary. You can view the proceedings of the judiciary. It will enhance transparency and accessibility of process of justice delivery. Strength of the democracy, because informed citizen is the major strength of the democracy, and it also helps us in understanding rule of law, and we can see how Supreme Court can protect rights of the people, and it will also prepare citizens about rules following attitude, and finally it also make people to understand how judiciary will work efficiently. I just want to quote Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes of US Supreme Court. He said, "The greatest thing in the world is not so much where we stand as in what direction we are may." That is, in what direction we are moving is important. So this is a correct step in right direction. Let us wait and watch for the next developments in this article. Next article talks about Abiy says Ethiopia got 100% in peace deal with Tigray rebels. Please locate Ethiopia at the same time Horn of Africa and Tigray regions. And Abiy Ahmed, he also got Oscar award Abiy says Ethiopia got 100% in peace deal with Tigray rebels. This article talks about Abiy Ahmed in getting the peace deal with the Ethiopian rebels, Tigray region. What is important is locate Horn of Africa, and it is well noted that Abiy Ahmed got Nobel Prize Peace in 2019 for his peace deal, and Tigray rebels are fighting for a region in the Ethiopia. Not very much important, but you can read you can locate the map and find out the bordering countries in the Horn of Africa. Thank you so much. Have a nice day and Jai Hind. That's all for today, and thank you so much.